Those who say that certain ideas and ideals are impossible should look at what's happened to many of our belief systems. 100 years ago, we had an elite. We actually had a government. We really haven't had a government in this country, pretty much, for about 100 years. Not an elite that knows what it wants and understands its mission in life, and that will hand on to people after it, and that comes out of groups that exist before it. We're ruled by essentially a commercial elite, not an intellectual elite or a military elite or even a political one, but a commercial profit and loss one. And things have slid to such a degree now that if asked, what does it mean to be British? Probably about 8 million of our people would say posh and becks. That's what it means for many people, inundated to the tube, and it's vapid nonsense. Now, there are many complicated reasons why much of what Western and white people used to believe in have gone down in the last century. Nietzsche prophesied that the collapse of Christianity for many people, even though he welcomed it personally, would be a disaster for them. Why so? Because it gave a structure and a meaning and an identity. A death without a context beyond it has no meaning. It's meat before you. I believe that we're hardwired for belief, philosophical and religious, that we have to have it as a species and as a group. Look at the number of people who go completely to pieces when there is nothing outside and beyond them to live for beyond instantaneous things right in front of them. We have lost our dynamism as a people, mentally and in every other way. Our people are still quite strong when it comes to the fist and a bit of pushing and shoving. But what's up here is lacking. And it's the strength which exists up here, which is the thing that we have to cultivate. I believe that strength comes from belief in things which are philosophically grounded and appear real to you. One response that a critic would give to what I've just said, mentally speaking, is that it's so individualised now, and so broken down, and everybody sort of makes it up as they go along. That's called heuristic thinking, technically. And if everyone does make it up as they go along, how will you ever have an organic culture again? But I think this is to misunderstand Western society and Western thought. When Blair says, when he used to be Premier until a couple of months ago, when Blair said that tolerance and equality and forbearance and humanism are our virtues, he is talking about and turning against us a tiny strand of our own civility, which is part of our nature. English and British people often don't like to impose their ideas on others, often will avoid conflict until it becomes actively necessary. Many of these characteristics have been turned on us and used against us. But we could do with an element, if not of puritanism, then of asceticism, of belief, and of asking foundational questions about what life is about. To me, this is what right-wing politics is really about. The issues that people campaign on at the level of the street are not incidentals. They are the expression of what's happened when you are ruled by liberal ideas. We've been ruled by liberal ideas for many centuries, but in the most acute form in the last 50 years. Liberal ideas say that men and women are the same and are interchangeable, that war is morally bad, that all races are the same and should all live together, that a population that just exists in a country is just a zone, is just an economic area, that everything's based on rationalism and materialism and is purely a calculation of economic self-interest. Now, there will be millions of our people who say, what is this chap talking about? This is all abstraction. Go out there in the street and you see the example of a society that's based on these sorts of ideas. Everybody is mouthing somebody else's ideas. Even Brown and Blair and the others. They are coming out with, in their own way, in a 10th-rate way, certain of the ideologies that they knew when they were at Edinburgh or Oxford or wherever. Because everybody speaks unless they are a universal genius who takes hold of reality and reshapes it as a cosmos for themselves. Everyone uses ideas that precede them and to which they are attracted. Even to say, I haven't got any ideas and it's all a load of nonsense is an idea. Everything is ideological. Every BBC news broadcast is totally ideological and is in some respects a soft form of communism, which is what liberalism is.